Okay, good morning Year 10. Now, sorry if you hear anything a bit weird in the background. If you look to the right, there's a dog. So, just be aware we have someone with us this morning. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to look at how using the discriminant can tell us how many roots a quadratic equation has. Now, if we look here, we've got the quadratic formula, so solving using the quadratic formula. Now the discriminant comes from the b squared minus 4ac bit of it, so this bit here. If we substitute in the correct values of a, b and c from whatever quadratic equation that we're given, we can find out how many roots it has. Now a quadratic equation can only have 0, 1 or 2 roots depending on the value of the discriminant. So I've said this before, if the discriminant is greater than 0, then it'll have 2 roots. If b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, it will have 1 root, and then b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, so if it's a negative number, it will have 0 roots, or 0 real roots, really. So let's have a look at the first one here. So we've got our first quadratic here. Y equals x squared minus 7x plus 10. Now let's have a look at what the values of a, b and c are. Well, a is the value in front of the x squared, which we know would be 1. B is minus 7 and c is positive 10. Now all we have to do is substitute these values a, b and c into b squared minus 4ac. In doing that, we'll find out how many roots it has. So if we do minus 7 squared for the b squared minus 4 times by 1 times by 10. Remember when we just put brackets next to each other, that means they're timesing each other. Once we've done that, we get 49 minus 40, which equals 9. Now 9 is obviously greater than 0, and so there would be 2 real roots to that quadratic equation, which means it would cross the x-axis at 2 places. Next one, number 2. The value of a here is 1 again, the value of b is 2, and the value of c is 1. Substituting those values in, we get 2 squared minus 4 times by 1 times by 1. We get 4, take away 4, which equals 0. Obviously 0 is equal to 0, therefore it has 1 root, and it would look something like this, where it would just touch there. Okay, it would just touch there. I think here it would be at x is equal to minus 1. Okay, just touch at one place. Now the next one, number 3, let's have a look here. So we've got a is equal to 1, b is equal to 4, and c is equal to 10. We've got 4 squared minus 4 times by 1 times by 10. So that would be 16 minus 40, which would give me minus 24. Now obviously minus 24 is less than 0, so there would be 0 roots, which would mean if we drew that, your quadratic would kind of be hanging somewhere in the air, not crossing the x-axis anywhere. Okay, so 0 real roots at all. Okay, I hope that's all clear.